Hello, beautiful people. What's going on? It's been another interesting month. Was still definitely a difficult roller coaster with health stuff and finance stuff. You've been following me, you know that just, learning more and more about the self-employed tax life really got me into some terrible situations, but that is how you learn. And now I have learned so much more than I ever thought I would need to know. Got an accountant and things are moving along. But yeah, a lot of cool stuff happened. I'll just share briefly for anybody who wanted to know more about what was going on health-wise. I've had so many symptoms over the years. I won't go into the whole story again, but just on and off chronic things that are annoying that can never be explained, that come back and then go away, come back and go away. So I finally got a full autoimmune, basically like lupus panel, because I do have a family member with lupus. So my doctor was concerned, my new doctor was concerned that that might be a possibility. And sure enough, there was a positive result for this and that. And so he sent me over to a rheumatologist, and I was kind of freaked out. If I did have it or an autoimmune condition, it wouldn't be life-threatening, but it would really suck. Saw the rheumatologist last week, or a couple days ago, actually. I do not have an autoimmune disease. I do not have lupus. I do not even have Epstein-Barr virus like I thought I did. I have allergies, not really sure. I've done a prick test before and I didn't have any of the standard allergies, so it may still be like a mast cell thing or whatever. Anyways, doesn't matter. Basically, the lack of consistently treating allergies that I do have made it so chronic so that the symptoms obviously become very severe, and my body literally started creating full-on autoimmune responses because it's trying to fight the allergens off. And when they become so chronic, your body literally starts freaking out and is like, okay, this is a serious threat now. This is not a drill. So anyways, my body's been attacking itself for years on and off to where, I'm not allergic to certain foods, but I become sensitive to them at times when I'm flaring up because I'm in an autoimmune response. And so certain things are like, whoa, this is completely toxic to our already triggered immune system. One beer, and I'm like, one thing of yogurt, maybe for a couple days in a row. Certain foods, maybe because they're high in histamine and I'm already releasing so much histamine. Whatever. Anyways, long story short, it's on track to get better. I need to regularly treat allergies and stay updated with my doctor on what I need. If it's subsiding, maybe don't need to be taking medication. If it is, take it, whatever. So that's good news. Still having some throat discomfort, but I am going to see a throat doctor next week, see if it's just lingering acid reflux that's causing discomfort and like swelling, or if there's something else we need to do. So that's the update there, but very happy that I've got some answers and some, healing movement forward. In other news, the audiobook is out. My first audiobook that I did, I realized my laptop fan just turned on and it's gonna get loud in here. Usually I don't have my laptop in the studio, but I don't have a regular camera, so it might be loud, sorry. Anyways, audiobook I did for my mom's sci-fi book is out on Audible now, so check out a clip.
Chapter 1. A Brave New Girl. There it is again, Sarah Albright thinks to herself. What is that rattling? It's like the sound of a rattling cage door when something is desperately trying to get out, or get my attention, which is what I am more inclined to believe at the moment. There is a distinct feeling of someone or something trying to break out of a cage or a— What? Damn it, Joseph! What are you trying to do? Pull my heart out of my chest? Here stands Joseph Goforth in Sarah's kitchen after going missing for weeks. He looks a bit disheveled, beat up, really. Well, where the hell have you been? I found it, Sarah. I found the frequency. I was there, there. Joseph spits as he talks, so Sarah backs up a bit. A little late this time, however, so she wipes her cheek and asks the obvious. Where's there? What do you mean? Where have you been, man? Sarah leans away from the trajectory path of the words he begins to form, spittle ready and loaded. She can see it forming in the corners of his mouth. There, Sarah! Don't you remember our conversation of 2 months ago? The place next door? The P word? Joseph's thick glasses are skewed to the point that it is really beginning to irritate her. Doesn't he feel that? Sarah wonders. Doesn't it bother him that they're so crooked on his nose? Why does he wear them anyway? No one wears glasses anymore, not since the wonderful mad dash to get the forever young lens implant. Cheaper than glasses and ever so much more convenient. The lenses that last as long as you. Although at the rate life is further extending, they may need to invent an even longer-lasting lens. No, Joseph doesn't trust doctors. He's a doctor of science, not medicine. He's quick to make that distinction when introduced, by the way. Sarah, we discussed this at the last party. You were asking about my work, I was shushing you, you were trying to get me to share the details, I kept shushing you. Suddenly, Sarah remembered the conversation. How could she forget? Oh, okay, the P word, she thinks. Parallel as in parallel universe, parallel world, parallel reality. Oh, parallel. The reality next door. Suddenly, Sarah is mumbling because of the hand cupped tightly over her mouth. Sarah, shush! Not out loud! You know the...
What'd you think? Did you like it? Go on Audible, grab that book if you have a credit, or you can obviously buy it if you don't want to pay for the Audible subscription. You can just go on Amazon and find the book Frequency of Reality by Cheryl Ann Hunter, narrated by me. That was really, really fun. So that is out on Amazon. My first gig, my very first voice acting gig, was playing Nimble in a fun little, I shouldn't say little. I don't mean it like that, but I say little because it's just like cute. It's a mobile game. You can actually download the app for free on Android or iPad or Apple, any Apple product, whatever you want. It is called Legendary Tales. I think this one was called The Map of Hope. I will share the clip of it here somewhere in the video, but that was really fun. I got paid to literally just be this kind of fantasy character. It did not come out how I thought it was going to, but their company's in Ukraine, so there's definitely like a difference in communication. So the way they described the character to me and how they wanted it to sound was very cute and young, like a 17-year-old, just like very excited and woodsy, and I'm like kind of like a fairy in a way. And then I saw the character, I'm like, whoa, she looks like a grown, like bad, you know what? You know, like she's tough. So it was a little jarring at first. I was like, oh, that's not what I expected, but I love it.
Hi, don't be afraid. This is just a precaution. I was looking for werewolves.
Are you trying to catch them in this net? Why? Who are you?
I am Nimble, and I study various creatures living in this forest. I was just so eager to catch up with werewolves for the first time. I've heard so much about them, but I've never met any.
This net would be of little help here. Have you seen the werewolves? Do they live around here?
I haven't found one, and that's the problem. Who are you, and what are you doing here?
My name is Lucia. I was also looking for the werewolf camp, just like you.
It seems you and I have the same issue. There are no werewolves around here.
Are you sure? The camp does not look abandoned.
Yes, it is empty. I searched everywhere and believe they must have left recently.
Have you seen where they are headed? I want to find them no matter what. Maybe, if I hurry, I might catch up with them.
I'm not only a researcher, I am also a tracker. Let's team up and search for traces together. We can accomplish this more quickly as a team. Every minute is invaluable in this matter.
Very well, but only if you do not wish them any harm.
I promise. Let's get started then. Let's take another look around.
Perhaps we can determine who the werewolves were fleeing from and where they were headed. The game itself is actually pretty difficult, but really, really fun. If you like fantasy games, check it out. It was my first official gig as a voice actress, and also, my first character acting gig, which is what I really want to do. Commercials are fun, but let's be real. Commercials are more for the getting a lot of money for a little bit of work. You feel me? Sometimes we do things in our careers that, it's not like only for the cash grab, but there is nothing wrong with saying, hey, this may not be my absolute favorite thing to do within my talent realm, but I enjoy it, right? I don't hate it. It's not a drag to do it. I do like it. I am good at it, and people want to pay me a lot more for it. You get paid more for commercials because of the usage, not because they're better. It's just, it could be the same amount of time as for a video game, but you're going to get paid more for a commercial because they are pushing it on, paid television ads, radio, whatever, and it's going out to way more people versus a game. It's only going out to people who are buying the game, right? Which it's a big market, but there's not as big of a reach on video games as there is on commercials and online ads. So that's just how it works. But anyhow, that was cool. Is there anything else interesting? I booked more character gigs since then in May. I booked quite a few character gigs yet, so that was cool. Another like online ad thing that was cool. Not a whole lot of exciting things happen in May, but trying to think if there's anything else. Nah, I've just really been hustling and putting in the work. May is definitely a slow month, a dead month for music stuff, and it was kind of a dead month for voice acting. Both things start to pick up midsummer, particularly for my music stuff. It picks up like July is like, okay, we're on. I've already been getting stuff coming in June, but um, was there anything else? I feel like I'm forgetting something. Um, I've been getting hired for a lot more random songwriting gigs, so that's cool. If you're in the music space, soundbetter.com is a decent platform. Not really a fan of Upwork anymore. Fiverr is for if you're charging very low prices. It's kind of, I shouldn't say it's hard because I don't like to put limitations on people. I found it challenging to charge good prices on Fiverr because the expectation on Fiverr is people are working internationally where and this is not a dig at anybody. It's just the truth that if you're living in the Philippines, if you're living in, a lot of other countries where the US dollar is much higher value than your dollar, or your currency, then you're able to charge way less than I would, right? I can't charge $50 to do a full song, but somebody who's in other countries might be able to, and that might be like $200 for them. I don't know the math, but that is a thing. You know what I mean? I get approached by people from different countries to do music for them. And I do my best to definitely work out deals with people. I'm not like, no, this is my price and I'll never ever do anything for anybody under this price. But at the same time, I can't do a full song for like $50. When I first started and I was just trying to get clients and get out there, I definitely did that many times. I came to the studio and worked for $25 an hour, basically. Which is a lot when you're singing for 2 hours, right? For $50. But anyways, um, but soundbetter.com is cool for music people. Obviously voices.com if you're into voice acting. I don't like voice 123. Sorry. It's absolute garbage if you compare it to voices.com. So I would not recommend it. I regret getting it. I paid for the year membership and it's too late to cancel. So, oh well. Um, yeah, I feel like this is a short, sweet video. There's not much else to say. It was a very, very, very challenging month again. There was a lot of breakdown, a lot of tears, but also a lot of, you know, let's get back up again. Let's lean on what I do have in life, which is great family, a great relationship, um, my beautiful animals, the fun, trying to get back into the vibe of the fun of voice acting and singing and all the stuff, and just focus on the creativity because the money's been very challenging with all of the tax stuff I went through. Oh, but good news. So I had the drama with the IRS where they were saying that I owed way more than reported to owe in 2022. It was a mess, long story short, because that year PayPal started sending out 1099s all of a sudden. And the problem was that they sent a 1099 and then most of my clients who pay me through PayPal also sent a 1099. So the IRS was counting the big, I made like, let's say $40,000 through PayPal alone. They were taking that $40,000 and adding the other 1099s on top of that. So they're like, no, 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 you made $80,000 from this group of people. Other income I had was like through Zelle or through, other methods of payment, automatic transfers. I said, no, no, no. I only made 40,000 from PayPal in 2022. I think the total I made 51,000 for that year. That was my first full-time freelance year as a singer. And so anyways, I had to look at all my thank God I was able to get all of my transaction history from PayPal for 2022. And I highlighted all of the payments that were from the 1099s of each client that was also in the PayPal. And I sent a letter trying my best to explain, like, how do I explain this? You're double counting them. And here's the proof. See each transaction, there were like 200 to 300 transactions of small payments from each client for music stuff. Oh my God. And thankfully, they have an online portal to submit it, so I didn't have to mail it. But a couple weeks later, today, I got a letter in the mail that said, we received everything and this matter is resolved and it's been closed. So thank you, Jesus. It's all resolved now. Thank you, IRS, for actually being, they're not the enemy. They're not evil. They're not trying to take all your money. They're trying to do their job. And I've actually heard that people who have gotten on the phone with them and talked to IRS people, they're actually really nice. It's not no disrespect, but it ain't like the DMV when you get on. I will say I have had some really good DMV people though on the phone, but in person, I've had one really good experience, maybe two out of like 20 at the DMV. And all the rest of those 18 other experiences were like, why? Why are you so angry? I get it. Like, this job can be tough because people are rude to you, but I'm trying to be nice and I'm trying to give you love and be patient, and you just throwing daggers at me. Anyways, that's my own personal problem. But yeah, life stuff still been hard, still been trying to figure out what was going on with my husband's car, and there was so much stress around it and new management at my apartment complex, and I'm not going to be negative about them. I'm just going to say it's different than it used to be, and they never introduced themselves, just kind of decided to give everyone violation notices for all kinds of new policies that they didn't announce, didn't put signs up for, like you can't park backwards now under the carport, which has never been a rule. Apparently it is now. There's no sign up. There was no email. They just put stickers on everyone's car who was parked, like who backed in and said, violation, rather than, hey, we have a new policy, please do not back in anymore. Okay, no problem, sure, I'll go move my car. Not violation notice in 48 hours you're gonna get towed. Like, anyways, not here to talk crap about the management company. We've had a great experience here. We are looking to hopefully move into probably still renting, but rent like a house so that we have a little bit more space and freedom, and I have more quiet than I do in an apartment for my recording. So anyways, y'all don't care about all that. That's life stuff, but I think that's about it. Things are looking up. I am meeting with coach next week. I don't know if he wants me to like share his coaching stuff, so I'm not going to say much about my coach, but one of the coaches at the Voice Actor Studio, I'm meeting with him because he approves character demos. So I'm going to see next week if I am ready for my character acting demo or not. And if not, that's totally okay. I'm happy to keep working on developing my character archetypes. They want you to have at least 10. I have 10 in mind. So this is going to be, hey, are these 10 rock solid, ready to go, marketable now? Not marketable so much as, can I nail them? Are these strong characters for me? So that's exciting. I'm hoping he'll say, yes, do it. And then I just got to save up the money to get the character demo, because the one that I want to get from the studio that I know and love, it is a pretty penny, but it is definitely a huge tax write-off and investment. So hopefully this time next month, I'll be telling you I'm getting my character demo. But we shall see. We shall see. Lastly, I'm also in what they call a trial period for a local talent agency where they're going to start sending me auditions. They loved my commercial demo, loved working with me in kind of the environment. I got to do a workshop with them. But they don't just sign people, even if they love your demo. They want to see that you're sending in auditions on time and kind of having like a little bit of a trial period before they sign you on. So, they're gonna start sending me auditions, and after like a month or two, depending on how I'm doing, if I'm delivering quality auditions, timely, they like what they're hearing, then they would make the decision to sign me onto their talent roster. So wish me luck, friends. And I think I'll have great news to share for next time because I got a lot of projects in the works, but until they're like solid, I don't want to announce them. So have a happy June, friends! Today, we have a returning client. Hooray. I guess it's my first returning voice acting client, so that's cool. I did a mobile game gig back in March for this company, just a real super small part. Not like a crazy character, more of just like a normal girl, but it's for like a Halloween kind of horror themed, which is my favorite type of mobile game. So they wanted more lines for this character. I guess like the next chapter of the story. So I get to do the same character again. Again, it's not like a wild character. It's pretty much just a normal gal, but fun nonetheless. So they want 3 variants on speed, emotion. Yeah, speed and emotion for each line. So let's rock it. Gonna turn my gain down a little because I gotta look crazy on character stuff. Okay. Christine Harris. I'm horrified by what happened to Astrid, my friend. Someone locked her in the basement and there was gas. Oh no. Okay. I thought Astrid was after me, but now she's a victim herself. Did someone mistake her for me? I thought Astrid might be after me, but now she's a victim herself. Did someone mistake her for me? I thought Astrid might be after me, but now she's a victim herself. Did someone mistake her for me? Ooh, I'm locked in a shed on fire. Ooh, that's not good. Hey! Open the door! Help! Are we peeking? No, we're good. Hey! Open the door! Help! Almost peeked. Hey! Open the door! Help! Ooh, smoke is rising. Smoke? Is this another trap? Smoke? Is this another trap from the fortune teller's vision? Smoke? Is this another trap from the fortune teller's vision? Smoke? Is this another trap from the fortune teller's vision? That one felt forced. Smoke? Is this another trap from the fortune teller? Smoke? Is this another trap from the fortune teller's vision? It's dawn. The fairy should have arrived by now. Okay, so this is resolution time. Cool. It's dawn. Oh, it's dawn, not it's down. Well, it's dawn. The fairy should have arrived by now. Yeah. Wait a minute. I'll need to come back here again to get some things. It's dawn. The fairy should have arrived by now. Yeah, wait a minute. I'll need to come back here again to get some things. It's dawn. The fairy should have arrived by now. Yeah. Oh, wait a minute. I'll need to come back here again to get some things. And that is all. Not bad, not bad. That was a quick, easy one. Not commercial rate, so, it's not as much money for the job, but that took me a few minutes to do. I actually don't really have to edit otherwise, other than cutting out the parts where I messed up, but in terms of processing and, like, actually editing beyond just removing mistakes, that's all I have to do. So, not bad for, was it $100, $80? I don't know, something small, but for a few minutes of work, I ain't mad at it. Until next time. It's off season for cheerleading music, but the season really starts next month. So a lot of my clients want to get off-season vocals, which are usually like generic vocals, so that people can get generic mixes instead of custom mixes. It's cheaper if you get a custom mix. It's like specifically about your team. There's voiceovers that are about your team colors, your team name, blah, blah, blah. Generic is like themes, right? Winning, champions, hot, fire, cold, ice, whatever it may be. So they like to do these before the season starts so that people can go on and download them, buy them for rallies, for summer camps, for practice, whatever. So that's what we're doing today, okay? So I'm creating them from scratch, just kind of out of my head, and then they're gonna put music to it. So I just have to by the way, I'm not super classically trained, so when I create melodies, I do it by ear and then I figure out the key later. I don't know keys off the top of my head. Like if you said write a song in, D minor, I'd have to actually play out the piano notes and go, okay, or hear a beat that's in D minor and then I can write to it. But if I'm creating this song, I figure out the key after. I sing it, and then nowadays you can cheat and just put on auto-tune. I don't use auto-tune in my own recordings. My producer uses it for when I'm doing album stuff. But when I'm just like creating music for clients, I don't use auto-tune. I just don't prefer it. I don't like how it sounds. Not a flex. Like, oh, I'm so good, I don't use auto-tune. I just don't like the way it sounds. Unless my producer does it, because he does it in a certain way that sounds good. Anyways, so I'll throw auto-tune on it after and go, oh, that's not right, that sounds weird. Oh, this is the one. Okay, I guess it's C major. Anyways, let's do it. You see the sparkle, the shine, it can't be denied, brighter than ever together. You'll see the sparkle, the shine, it can't be denied, brighter than ever together. Sounds a little kiddie. Brighter than ever together. That's kind of cute. Maybe for a younger team. Let's see. You'll see the sparkle, the shine, it can't be denied, brighter than ever together. Writing a verse for my client. This is super old school. I shouldn't say old school, but it's definitely 90s, maybe early 2000s kind of R&B vibes. You should hear the beat. It's really like Nate Dogg-esque, so I love it. Give me a beat and a drink, you about to get one hell of a show. Hands in the air, drop real low. No idea where this night will go. I've been putting in so much grind. All work, no play, so it's time to let it all out tonight. Baby, if you play your cards right, might just let you get to know me. Little more than a dance and some digits. Not feeling that. Might just let you get to know me. More than a little more. Might
Might just let you get to know me a little more than a dance and some digits. Show me why I should choose you. Can you really handle this? I don't need your validation. I ain't like these other chicks. If you don't call, I ain't worried about a thing. Got my mind on my money and my happiness. Got my mind on my money and my happiness. Got my mind on my money and my happiness. Got my mind on my money and my happiness. Got my mind on my money and my happiness. Got my mind on my got my mind on my money. Got my mind on my money and my happiness. I don't like that. Got my mind on my money and my happiness. Don't call, I ain't worried. Got my mind on my money and my happiness. Ugh. That's dookie. Got my mind on my money and my happiness. Got my mind on my money and my happiness. I like that better. Got my mind on my money and my happiness. We're trying so hard to be alright. Yeah, we're trying so hard to be alright, alright. Scratch and claw to be just fine. Yeah, we're trying so hard to be alright. We are bruised, we are blessed.